Hey guys, what's up? It's just Connor here. I hope you're having an amazing day as per usual. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the 4 tips that I have for you to get high tier closing jobs in 2024. Not 2023, but 2024, because I think there is a evolution of remote sales professional that's happening, and it's happening in the last couple of months, it's happening in the last year, and moving towards into 2024. If you do not have these strategies, if you do not have what I teach inside the RSA and I talk about on my YouTube channel, in my belief, you will not be successful heading into 2024, right? There's going to be a huge culling. And to avoid that culling, to avoid that cutoff period where a lot of people are going to get basically booted from this industry, you will need to implement everything that I talk about in this video and on my YouTube channel if you're not familiar with the concepts already, to not only just survive, but thrive heading into 2024. So without further ado, watch the end of the video because trust me, everything that I'm about to tell you is extremely important, coming from nearly 5+ years experience in this industry to this date. So point number 1 is your strategy. Get a better strategy. If you are DMing business owners, hey, can I call your leads for free? Hey, are you open to me being a setter? Hey, are you open to be a closer? This shit does not fucking work. And you know deep down that it doesn't. Theoretically, guys, pose a question to yourself. If you were to go walk out into the street, just a normal street, wherever you live, whatever city, and you go up to an entrepreneur, $1 million entrepreneur, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure, do you think that they would say yes to that? Probably not. So why are you doing the same strategy that's been taught for years and years and years, that's been used by hundreds and thousands of tens of thousands of the same people and is proven not to work? How do I know this? Because I've done this myself personally. I spent $7,500 to learn this method and it did not work. How do you change your strategy? How do you have a good quality strategy heading into 2024? The way that you have a good quality strategy heading into 2024 is by networking, right? There's an hour-long training on my YouTube channel that will show you exactly how to do that step by step. It's probably about 5% of what I teach my guys in the RSA, right? Just a sliver, right? But it would be something to get you going if you were starting in the beginning and you had no money to invest into a mentor, right? So why do we need to change the strategy? Of course, we know that DMing business owners and strangers is going to be very, very rare that they're actually going to hire you. If you act like a job applicant, if you act like an employee, you're going to get the same results that an employee does, right? That's super, super important to understand. Most people come into this industry acting like an employee and acting like a 9-to-5er. You need to change that mindset and you need to change your strategy to how can I be the best and the best? What do the best of the best do and how can I replicate it? I can assure you they are networking, right? For many, many, many years, having a full-time career in this industry, the only way I got the top coaching companies and work with some of the best companies in the space was through networking. Guys, we know the stats. Look it up, right? It's not about what you know, it's about who you know, right? If you do not have a strategy that utilizes networking, that gets you trusted connections in this industry and is helping you build relationships, you will fail. I can guarantee you that. All these gurus, I'm not going to call them gurus, all these marketers, right? They talk about guaranteed placement that, blah, 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 blah. It's bullshit. It's just not real, right? You have to put your faith into a process and a strategy that has been proven to work for years and will be proven to work for years to come, right? So reevaluate your current strategy. Is what you're doing going to work for you heading into late 2023 and 2024 in the years to come? Probably not, especially if you're messaging and DMing business owners. That shit just does not work. I get DMs probably 3 to 4 times a day, probably from some of you that watch the channel. I instantly delete them. So do the business owners. So make sure that you pivot your strategy and you make it better, right? Tip number 2 is effort, right? Paired with the right strategy, if you're using the wrong strategy, well, you're not going to get anywhere, right? There's the same quote from Einstein, is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result is a definition of insanity. Okay? So if we change our strategy and we know we have a quality strategy, well, what's the next thing that we need to tweak? It is our effort, right? A big thing that I commonly and routinely see is even people with the right methods will put almost zero effort into them and then get no results and then quit the industry, right? This is your problem. Do not let your ego get in the way. Undesirable results are a pivotal corner foundation stone to your success. Undesirable results are the building blocks to success, right? You will fail. You will have bad sales calls. You will have shitty networking calls. You will get left on red, right? You will get rejected. You will suck in the beginning. These are the nature of the fact, and the better, the earlier that you accept that, the better career that you have. Because if you come into this industry, think it's going to be suns and daisies and fairies and rainbows, I hate to break the reality for you, but that is just simply not going to be true. Okay? So, with the effort that you put behind the strategy, coming back to that element, if you do not put enough effort, then you won't get the result you're looking for. Very simple variables. Inputs equal outputs. If you follow this system, if you follow the strategy, very, very simple formula. Strategy multiplied or plus added on the outcome that you want, so the level of result you want, 10K a month, 15K a month, 20K a month, right? That is the effort that you need to have, right? This is the equation for success in the high ticket sales industry, or really anything, right? Quality strategy multiplied by, let's say you have a 10K goal, a 10K effort, right? Most people's problem, specifically with finding their first dream role, and dream roles just in the future or in their long-term career, right, is that they have a $100 strategy and a $5 effort for a 10K goal, right? This is the problem. So you need to make sure that your effort matches up to your strategy, right, is what I'm trying to say here. If you have a 10K goal and you're sending one message a day or a networking connection a day, then this is where you're going wrong, my friend. And until you change this, you will not get the results you're looking for. In fact, this is the reason why most people don't get the results they're looking for. Yes, sometimes they work with a bad marketer that doesn't give them the right skills. But I myself started with a bad marketer and a person who did not give me the help that I need. So much, in fact, that I had to spend $50,000 of my own money on sales education directly to figure out what I know now. And otherwise, if I hadn't done so, I probably wouldn't be sitting here talking to you right now, right? But what I was saying there is that I put in the effort regardless of the lack of strategy. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know if I was going to figure it out, but my effort much more outweighed my strategy. So I still made it. I still figured it out, but it took me a lot longer than it should have, and it took me a lot longer than it should have you, right? So strategy, your effort, and the next thing is tracking your KPIs. This goes for numbers in your outreach strategy, right? Just as if you were a business owner, to get business owner results, you need to treat this process like a business owner, like a founder, right? Like a CEO. So a big quote that I got slapped in the face by a coach, almost a mentor, now a friend of mine, right? And he was helping me with my nutrition and going to the gym, right? And I've been working with him for 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I think. And he's like, have you tracked your macros? Have you tracked your lifts? And I was like, oh, nah, man, I've just kind of roughly done it. And he said, dude, what doesn't get measured does not get managed. And it's the same thing here. If you do not measure your inputs, you will not know what the outputs you will get. You will not know the effectiveness of your messages. You will not know the effectiveness of your conversations. You won't know how to follow up. You don't know how to pipeline. You don't know how to do any of this stuff, right? You need to track the data. If you're making emotional decisions around your outreach process and your strategy, you will fail. Brass tacks, right? There is no way getting around it. If you make decisions emotionally, not from data, you are going to have some serious trouble. Just as if you're a business owner spending money on advertising, or if you're tracking your data as a salesperson, you need to be aggressively hyperfixated, or I don't know the word, maybe anal. I'm not too sure if that's the right word. I might be wrong. But you need to be fixated on the numbers that you are tracking, your KPIs. If you do not know what's going in the system, you cannot predict what's going to come out, right? So it's very, very important in your outreaching strategy, in your networking strategy. You need to track your KPIs rigorously. You need to do it daily, and you need to make it a daily ritual, right? Super, super important. Just as your strategy is important, just as your effort is important, you need to measure the stuff. Again, coming back to the same quote, what doesn't get measured does not get managed. And now number 4 is the final tip, is do not stop selling. I talk about this quite often as a part of the founder framework, as you need to think as a pay performance sport, sales being a meritocracy. The better you are, the more on top of your network, the more on top of your pipelines you are, the more you get paid, the better opportunities you find and land, right? Gonna give you an analogy. Let's say that Nike has their best year in sales, right? Selling their stuff, right? And then they go to the board of directors and they go, hey guys, let's pull all of the marketing ad spend, let's shut it all off, and let's just discontinue it, right? Let's just get rid of the marketing, let's stop sponsoring our athletes, let's just pull them off the board, right? Would not work. The company would go backwards. Same thing here. Even if you land your dream role, which you will if you have the right strategies and methods, right? Inevitably, you will get there. The big thing is here that sales reps stop selling themselves. They stop networking. They stop pipelining. They stop finding more opportunities. And the reason why that is an issue is because what will happen is the moment, because the coaching industry is incredibly volatile, an offer can be gone just like that. And then you will be out on your ass looking for another job in job searching mode. You become a job applicant. You become more desperate. And you choose an offer out of desperation, which puts you in the broke closer cycle, and you get a bad offer, you work on it for too long, then you eventually leave, then you never take another offer out of desperation because you aren't good at networking, you don't have the right strategy, but most importantly, on top of that, you are not consistent, right? Very, very simple. You are not consistent, right? Consistency is key here. It doesn't just stop when you get a good role. You continue to market yourself. You continue to network with other people, other salespeople, to find better offers, to find better opportunities, so that when an offer goes down, which inevitably will, or something happens, the ads get banned or whatever happens, or they let you go, there's so many things that can happen. Trust me, I've been through all of them. The moment that happens, you have 3 interviews lined up next week with your dream companies or within the next 14 days, right? Super, super, super incredibly important. And it's a really, really big thing that most people underlook, okay? So that's it from me, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video. Now, if you are looking to be a part of a community, you want a mentorship from someone who knows their stuff. Clearly, as you can probably tell after watching this video, I've pretty much never stopped for an or an ah. I have some understanding of what I'm talking about, and I am experienced, right? If you are looking for a mentor, you are looking for a community, you are looking for the right training to help you get into high ticket sales professionally, appropriately, and the right way from someone who's experienced and done that, look down in the bio description of this video. There's a link there. Apply to join the RSA. We accept 4 people a week at the moment, and that is our maximum potential cap, because at the moment I don't want to stretch the delivery and the fulfillment too far, considering it's only me. So you get a lot of one-on-one support from me at this point in time, which in a lot of training and programs I don't really see all too often. So if you found today's video valuable, hit a like button down below. Subscribe if you aren't already subscribed. Majority of you aren't subscribed. So I'm releasing 3 YouTube videos a week. Make sure that you're subscribed so you can see those every single week, because to be honest, I think I'm dropping some of the most valuable resources and information on YouTube as I currently see it, right? So hopefully you enjoyed today's video, guys. I will see you in the next one.